Hello everyone, welcome to Ultimate General Civil War. Today, well first of all, I've come up with a new naming scheme for my units. Also, I have a crick in my neck that makes it really hard to turn my head or do anything other than sit up completely straight, which would sound like it'd be great for my posture, but really the rest of my body's slouching, like my head is just held aloft perfectly. Just long story short, here are some changes to the armies that we have made. First off, you'll notice that some of these guys aren't completely reinforced. We also notice a different nomenclature on the cannons. They have 6-pounder, 12-pounder. The 6 and 12-pounders, I know there are other kinds of cannons in this game. Like there's 6-pounder fields, 12-pounder howitzers, and there's 6-pounder weirds and such. I decided the 6-pounder field, the 12-pounder Napoleon, these are mainstays, so they will be defined as 12-pounders and 6-pounders, and if you see that, you can just assume that's a Napoleon or a 6-pounder. So here these are 6-pounder fields, and if it's a howitzer, I believe I put the howitzer in there. It should show up. We'll see if that does. Okay, well that just took it off. Oh, 12-pounder H. And this should just give me a better ability to tell what's going on the field. Also, anyone who has a rifle, which is not a Harper's Ferry or a Springfield, will be denoted by a letter after them. So Reed has a pattern 1853 infield. So we know he's just a little bit worse at range, a little bit better, but not terrible, so he can fill in. Over here, I think everyone's got a Springfield of some kind. Oh yeah, except for Carr. So Carr has it's a Lawrence. So we know he's not really as good at long range, but he's good at melee. So if we need a melee guy, he's nearby. We should go to him first. And in Third Corps, you can see it in full effect, where we can tell that Third Corps has a general supply shortage when it comes to rifles. Only 4 out of 9 brigades of infantry have rifles, and 2 of those brigades are under strength. So we should probably make these guys a priority for reinforcement. Or change their weapon loadout, if it comes to that. I'm so sorry. I was finishing off a piece of chicken for dinner, but it was sort of like sitting right next to me. It was quite delicious. I'm at home from college right now, so my mom's doing cook for me again. Oh, praise the sweet baby Jesus, who must have descended from heaven and graced my mom with her cooking skills, personally. She's a very good cook. Looks like McClellan's about to bump all the way up to whatever comes after McClellan. But yeah, most of these guys are sitting pretty close to what seems to be the optimum of the First Corps. Third Corps got some cavalry too, which is nice, I guess. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but also we got 55 points here. I have to say, I have to disclose this. I played this mission before. I chose not to upload it for a singular reason. It's not because I lost it. It's not because my money got shredded. It's not because I'm disappointed with how well it is, because I'm disappointed with how I played, but for a reason that is not just poor strategy. I want to see how the series will be doing. I think I have 6 or 7 or 8 parts posted now. I just want to see how it's doing. It's doing quite well. It's got 20 views per video, which at this point in the channel's history, for me looking back in 20 years when I'm a massive YouTube superstar and I'm wearing like cool sunglasses that I designed myself, looking back, I'd say that's pretty good. At least a decent. It's nice to see a steady amount of viewers. So some people are following along. Some videos get more views, some videos get less. Whatever. I like it. I got this crick in my neck. God, it hurts. What happened was I played it at midnight after I got back from the trip because I really wanted to play some of this game. I didn't have anything else to play besides it in like terms of battles. I know it could have been a historical battle, but I wanted to play with my army specifically. So I charged into Fredericksburg, and as a person who hasn't played in a while, who's tired and stupid, I basically just sat around recording and did nothing but curse the entire time. Which, well, interesting, I didn't employ any clever strategy. I mostly just wound up doing a human wave attack, which I told myself before I went in that I wasn't going to do, so I felt rather stupid after I did it. And, long story short, I watched the video and I realized it just wasn't entertaining to watch me lose, and I didn't lose in any particular intelligent way. And I sort of watched it and realized that due to my lack of sleep, I had just kind of committed several errors that I really normally wouldn't have. And, well, even normally I'd play it with that campaign, I just, even when I was playing it, I didn't like how it was playing, and so I actually alt-tabbed in the middle of the game because I was pissed. Not because I was losing or because the scenario was beating me, because you'll have seen me pull a draw and think, wow, that was terrible. Y'all saw me lose Shiloh and go, oh, shit. Okay, it happens. But in this one, I just basically sent my entire army to hell, and then I followed. And about halfway through, I just got immensely annoyed with myself for not nearly considering my strategy as much as I should have. I didn't even ask questions, like where I normally do. So, if I seem to know what's going on, it's because I fucked this up before. That being said, this is what I said in the video beforehand. We're try and aim for a draw. If we win, icing on the cake. If we lose, sweet Jesus, at least we're not dead. But we're going to aim for a draw. Gives us enough money to rebuild, enough recruits that, whatever. Plus, we got enough recruits regardless. We'll probably also be switching some of our units back down the train. The musket train, that is. And, oh, God. My neck hurts. Okay. So I'd love to have 5 or 6 cores, but, screw that. So we're probably going to wind up throwing, who was it? I think it was 2nd Corps into the... I want 1st Corps in the main attack down here in the south. I want 2nd Corps up here and there. I want 3rd Corps up on the ridge. Was it? Yeah. Mostly because I don't have any use for their cavalry and the short, blunt attack up there. And I want to lead the main attack, and I want to seize this rail junction. If we can do that, we can at least bump ourselves up to a draw. I have no confidence in any one of my military commanders' ability to take those heights. They're heavily defended by Confederate artillery, and this is just a knowledge of the Battle of Fredericksburg itself. They're heavily defended and well fortified. It's near suicide to charge up that embankment. So we're building a couple of bridges. And down here's the important one. So yeah, we're going to try and hit the rebel right. Prospect Hill. This is going to be a bloody push through the woods where we can't stop. So, where I would normally take time to do proper reconnaissance to avoid getting my army ambushed, the time constraints placed on me when taking Prospect Hill will mean I will conduct... Oh, and then there's Mary's Heights. And I will conduct a crushing attack over there. And instead of sending out skirmishers, as I normally do, to try and reconnoiter their position, we're just going to make a hasty attack with whatever we find. Instead of sending out skirmishers, finding them, getting artillery set up, and then making a deliberate, precise, coordinated attack, Ah, God, I bent my head the wrong way. Jeez, that hurt. Oh, Lord. Ow, I gotta look back at the screen. We're going to encounter them with the bulk of our forces, probably still in column, and hit them as hard as humanly possible, and just keep on coming. So we've got some Lorenzes, Ernest Mandrake. Where are you boys? Don't want those Lorenzes up front. Whatever. Yeah, you guys, get over here. You lose your guys first, Evans. What are you? First Division, Third Division, First Division. Honestly, just because I see it's a divisional thing, I might leave the divisions together. I like to keep divisional cohesion at a maximum. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, let's take this thing. I want Kara's men across the river first, because Kara's men are going to get shot at the most. In fact, I don't use the term sacrificial lamb too frequently when talking about my men and their military cohesion. But if you were to ask me what Kar is, I would probably use the term sacrificial lamb liberally and frequently in almost every case. Of course, that kind of puts him up to be innocent. He's definitely crossing this bridge with the intent to kill many people. I mean, their rifles don't cover the entire range, but, you know, whatever. Oh, Lord. This is gonna be hard. Okay. Dear Diary, today things did not go quite as well. No, don't, no. None of you dare fire. I don't have time for phone calls. Damn it, Car. Coward bastard. Just get off the bridge, my dude. Okay, cool. We have all made it off the bridge. We can even have rejoicing. Rejoicing's a thing we can do, guys. Just gradually push them back. We outnumber them by a bunch. Alright, cool. Deploy some of those cool skirmisher dudes. There we go. Drag them into a melee. And now everyone's in melee. Cool. Okay. Cool. Yeah, sure. Okay. Car, can you get across this bridge, please? Awesome. That reformed them quicker than it should have. Awesome. Let's go to church. Car, you push up this way. Damn it. 1 second. God Lord. Hold on. There we go. Car's not got the most accurate fire. Meanwhile, Meredith's men from hell are pushing south. I just want to establish a little defensive perimeter. Car stands here, Meredith's men stand here. Heartland basically stands on the objective, and supplies can stand right here. And then they just kind of bleed for about an hour or two. Doesn't even have to be classy. Boom. There we go. Pew, 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 pew. Car's not having a good day, I mean. You know what I mean? He's getting skirmished a lot. I'll send out some skirmishers to cover his flank so that he stopped getting that flank debuff, but what is it? Like, let's see, that's almost 2. My girlfriend opened up 2 packs of Gushers, and they're all strawberry. I feel sad that I've missed such a sight. So let's see, what's that? That's 200, 200, about 100. It's almost 600 men to cross a couple of bridges, not that bad. And I'm not considering pushing any further out. Not sure. There we go, see? Wonderful, we've secured our right flank. Oh, God, my neck. I know I'm just sitting over here bitching and moaning about my neck, but man, does it kind of hurt. Ooh, it's advancing day. That's what that's So we've got to take back here. To do that, we've got to take this big ass hill. I'm half considering sending a division along this road to try and come up from behind this road, so they don't have to just take this damn hill, because this hill is big and uncompromising. So there's a marsh over here. But there's a road that our guys can travel along. If our guys can take the road, they could push up from over here and effectively outmaneuver the Confederate forces. That is an interesting prospect. Alright, I want our most elite troops to take part in that, while the second wave will come up and hit here. Meanwhile, a division will go and reconnoiter the base of the hill, which is likely to be, hilly. Just judging by the shape. So what I don't want to do is wind up getting into some sort of god-forsaken charge up a hill into musket fire. We've already seen that in the Wilderness campaign before Antietam, and just how effective that can be. So we need to pick our ground. We need something open, and something that's not going directly up a hill, and I think that's right here. I think that means we're taking this road. I think that means we're fighting in this forest. So we need a pinning force here, and a maneuver force. And I want my maneuver to be the best troops we have, because I want to bring these guys down like a sledgehammer on a walnut. Is that a hill? I can't tell if that's a hill or a valley. I want to say it's a hill. Like right there-ish. I move the camera around a lot because it can add to the 3D effect by giving you multiple perspectives. I think that's just a little bit up. I think the darker areas are lower and the lighter areas are higher. So let's see. That's 3rd Division. These are our crack troops. That does not mean we feed them cocaine. Those reports are completely inaccurate. I don't know who wrote them, but whoever did, and they're wrong. Completely wrong. No one's ever been so wrong in their entire life. And yeah, so we'll have these guys march down this set of roads and come pop out over here and go, ooh, what's that? And meanwhile, I don't really know what the purpose of having brigades back here is. I'm just gonna delete everyone, grab all of my dudes, grab all of 1st Division, there's Springfields, and whatnot. So 1st Division is going to be our spearhead. Second Division is going to be the meat grinder. They're both meat grinder divisions. What am I saying? Oh. Hope you guys like hamburger. I'm just gonna sort these guys by divisions because I know sometimes the game doesn't, and it annoys the hell out of me. Okay, so McClellan. I like McClellan. He's doing well. I don't think that phrase would have fit so well with the actual Civil War, but it fits well here. I think that's Dubois with his 26-pounders. I only see 6 of them, but yeah, I'm assuming that the others are hanging around close by. It's Buford. There's Smith's cavalry. I made the mistake last time of leaving these guys hanging out over here, because they said beware of cavalry on the right. I just didn't keep them close by, and just cavalry over here. I just misinterpreted that command order thing. Anyway, so our first order of business would be to get those guys to advance. So I suppose we should start the battle. Get some initial orders out. Since we know what we're going for. So there's 3rd Corps, 1st Division, 2nd Division, 3rd Division. So 3rd Corps. If I wanted you to, could you just... Okay. Cancel all of that. So 1st Division, 2nd Division, 3rd Division with the cavalry. There. I want them to form up right there-ish. I don't think I deployed myself. Damn it. Okay. I'm a very important person. I'm going to redo this part. I will upload this video, then I'll upload a video right after this, which is basically the same damn thing. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.